A story is sung in the voices of stars,
in the crackle of snowflakes in cold winter air,
in the hot breath of summer's dust blown from afar,
the leaves of the autumn,
the spring's verdant prayer,
a story of gods who are brothers and kings,
the first made of light and of life and of heat,
the second of darkness so cold that it stings,
each striving the other to roundly defeat,
a war that's rekindled
whenever they meet.
Please join in singing hymn number 73, Chant for the Seasons. We're going to be doing the autumn verse.
Autumn cold has turned the star wheel, winter is upon us. Autumn cold has turned the star wheel, winter is upon us. Gray the windy storms, cold upon our cheeks, the wet rain glistens, glistens. Autumn cold has turned the star wheel, winter is upon us. Leaping is the fire, golden in the glass, the cider glows like amber. Autumn cold has turned the star wheel, winter is upon us. Autumn cold has turned the star wheel, winter is upon us. Gray the windy storms, cold upon our cheeks, the wet rain glistens, glistens. Autumn cold has turned the star wheel, winter is upon us. Leaping is the fire, golden in the glass, the cider glows like amber. Autumn cold has turned the star wheel, winter is upon us. Autumn cold has turned the star wheel, winter is upon us. Gray the windy storms, cold upon our cheeks, the wet rain glistens, glistens. Autumn cold has turned the star wheel, winter is upon us. Leaping is the fire, golden in the glass, the cider glows like amber. Autumn cold has turned the star wheel, winter is upon us.
I am the Oak King, the mighty and strong. The summer attends me with days that are long. My flowers adorn me with color and light. They crown me with oak as I banish the night.
My king, it is come.
The solstice is nigh.
The year's longest day when you're fated to die.
Children, no tears. Yes, my brother draws near, and he will defeat me. Yet the turn of the year will see me prevail over him once again, our balance maintained till the world meets its end.
I am the Holly King, brittle and cold. The winter embraces my icy stronghold. My snowflakes surround me with glittering frost, and they crown me in holly with berries embossed.
My king, it has come.
The solstice is here.
Your brother approaches. Your victory's clear.
My children, no gloating. I'll triumph this round, but at winter's height, it is I who'll lose ground. The year's perfect balance turns on its wheel, and my brother, in turn, brings my power to heal. Brother monarch, well met. Relinquish your crown.
Prevail if you can, and make me cast it down.
It's my time for triumph and your time to fade.
Thus the wheel turns. I am not afraid. Look for me again on the longest of nights, when I will return, and once more we will fight.
Though my victory was won, I feel strangely weak. Oh, I wish I could curl up and go back to sleep.
I worry, your majesty. Pale is your face.
Just between us as we stand in this place, a few of your snowflakes have started to melt.
And we all feel a heat that we never had felt.
Let's think on this mystery. I share your concern. For now, let us all to my palace return.
On each solstice, battle is fought between the old king and the holly king. The goddess and they sought. One reigns, the other falls until he's born again. So go the seasons of men. Holly king, holly king, when your reign is nigh, the nights along the earth is cold. Winter is high. What I heard from Holly King and what I know is true is that love keeps us inside all winter through. Sunlight melts far away, yet you will never be. The sun is lowest, as you will ever see. The earth is tilted as far as it will be. Starting tomorrow, you will come and be Holly King, oh Holly King, when your reign is nigh. The nights along the earth is cold, the winter breeze fly. What I heard from Holly King and what I know is true is that love keeps us warm inside all winter through. There's no dawn without the night, no sun without the moon. Although the young king's far away, his light will come back soon. The earth's cycles wax and wane, and we're just here to spin. Like immortal twins, we're just two sides of the same thing. Holly King, oh Holly King, when your reign is nigh, the nights along the earth is cold, the winter breeze fly. What I heard from Holly King and what I know is true is that love keeps us warm inside all winter through. Love will keep us warm inside all winter through.
For time's endless cycle, this war has been fought.
The duel won and lost by each brother in turn.
A feud that began before human minds thought.
One that will live on till our stars cease to burn.
At least that is how the world ought to be still.
The wheel turning smooth as the kings rise and fall.
But the humans took sides.
Just as humans will.
And they worshiped the sun and the warmth most of all.
Their voices and stories and souls tied their fate to the Oak King and summer's profusion.
While the Holly King ebbed with the force of their hate, and the seasons fell into confusion.
The humans invented new ways and new tools.
And pushed back the darkness and cold.
They lit up the night with their engines and fuels.
In ways that were reckless and bold.
The balance is lost.
For the day needs the night.
And the summer demands winter's chill.
Loathed holly must equal the oak's worshipped might.
Or our hot world will grow warmer still.
My king, you are weary. You ought to sit down.
Your head seems to droop with the weight of your crown.
Your snowflakes are tired and a little too warm. This solstice is sultrier than is the norm.
My children, I thank you for all your kind care, but my duty is clear howsoever I fare. Tonight is Yule. I must battle the oak, surrender my rule, and then fall at his stroke.
With you in this state, the fight can't be equal. Postpone your combat and come back in the sequel.
The laws of the cosmos are rigid and fixed. We cannot reschedule a solstice like this.
Well, here comes your rival, all sturdy and strong.
I don't think this skirmish is going to last long.
My friends, it's the day when we will prevail.
We're ready, my king.
We know you can't fail. Yay!
Yay, yay, yay.
Good brother, I greet you. You all set to fight? I'm ready to triumph against you tonight. But are you okay? You're looking unwell.
I'm fine.
I'm your brother. You know I can tell.
We're here to contend, not exchange pleasantries. So let's get this over with now, if you please.
I know we're intruding, but can we break in?
Why, yes, my good snowflake. You're practically kin.
We've noticed that over these last many years that the world has been changing in ways that we fear. The heat and the light that the human folk crave are sending my brethren to untimely graves.
The ice and the snow can no longer take hold.
And I think it's affecting our king. You behold that he's pale and he's shaking with little strength left. How can he fight you? He's wholly bereft of the vigor that he ought to display now at Yule.
To spar with him now would be nothing but cruel.
I've observed that my strength has not waned as it should.
And I and my friends can now grow where before we could never take root.
So we're feeling alarmed.
I like when it's warm, but it's causing some harm.
The winds as they blow come from odd places.
The waters are higher.
There's more rain on our faces.
Things are shifting around in a way that seems strange.
It's true that the world all around us has changed, but I can still fight. For this conflict's the way that the wheel of the year has turned till this day.
Good brother, although we must strive in our parts as kings of the solstice, yet still in my heart do I harbor a deep sense of love and respect, for you are my family, and your friends are correct. You are ill, you are fading, and we will not fight, not this year, my brother, not now on this night. I cannot defeat you, you're already down. Partake of my strength. Let me share my crown.
So the brothers embrace, and they fought not at all.
For the first time since time's first beginning.
If the Holly King weakens too much, he will fall.
With the ice and the snow ever thinning.
The oak and the holly united their strength.
With what strength remained to the holly.
For the warmth keeps increasing the summer's drawn length.
As imbalances heighten with folly.
O earth, I offer in sorrow the damage I have helped to cause. The blossom, when branches should be bare, The leaves and creatures still around green my spirit with wisdom and long-sightedness. May I discern the carbon footprint I have left behind me, that I may know how to lessen it in the year ahead. I lament you with the care we have not shown, and I lament the care our leaders will not show. Deepen our understanding of the one life we share together.
Together we'll travel the wheel of the year, and I'll carry you while you are weary.
Look for my return with balance restored, when the oak and the holly do battle once more.
Please join in singing "The Tide is Rising" with me. This is a climate action protest song by Rabbi Shoshana Meira Friedman. And I'd like to have you sing along with me. I'll do the first verse twice, so you'll have a chance to learn it. After that, if I shout out the first line, you'll magically know how to do the rest. The tide is rising, and so are we. The tide is rising, and so are we. The tide is rising, and so are we. This is where we are called to be. This is where we are called to be. The tide is rising. The tide is rising, and so are we. The tide is rising, and so are we. The tide is rising, and so are we. This is where we are called to be. This is where we are called to be. The task is mighty. The task is mighty, and so are we. The task is mighty, and so are we. The task is mighty, and so are we. This is where we are called to be. This is where we are called to be. The land is holy. The land is holy, and so are we. The land is holy, and so are we. The land is holy, and so are we. This is where we are called to be. This is where we are called to be. The storm is raging. The storm is raging, and so are we. The storm is raging, and so are we. The storm is raging, and so are we. This is where we are called to be. This is where we are called to be. The sun is shining. The sun is shining, and so are we. The sun is shining, and so are we. The sun is shining, and so are we. This is where we are called to be. This is where we are called to be. The world is ready. The world is ready, and so are we. The world is ready, and so are we. The world is ready, and so are we. This is where we are called to be. This is where we are called to be. The tide is rising. The tide is rising, and so are we. The tide is rising, and so are we. The tide is rising, and so are we. This is where we are called to be. This is where we are called to be.